911 car, Manthey Racing Porsche, being driven at the moment by Fred Makavici. Yes, nothing.
Outset of the final lap goes Land Autosport out.
Christopher Mies, we think, at the wheel of that car, and it's so important to do it on the Grand Prix Strecker, the Grand Prix portion of the circuit you can use. I mean, we just saw Fred Makavici there using the runoff area on the exit of the corner there as they went down through the left and right S-bends going that take them down onto the bottom part of the circuit. And you can do that on the Grand Prix loop. If you push a little bit too hard, there's always a bit of runoff area that you can use. Once they get up the hill again through the Michael Schumacher S and then turn left and go up onto the onto the Nordschleife, there's just no room for using extra little bits of the track because there aren't there. It's just a little bit of grass, we said before, a big curb, and life's very difficult indeed. But a superb pass there on the last lap of the race as they went into the Grand Prix loop by Christopher Mies in this Audi, and as they head up back onto the Nordschleife now, what is Manthey Racing going to be able to do about it? What's Fred Makavici going to be able to do about it, Bruce?
What we do know, it's a bit like going to the pit lane and hitting the speed limiter. Once they go onto that Grand Prix loop, off the Grand Prix loop, they have to hit almost the equivalent saying, do not hit the curbs, because we've seen how high they can bounce. We saw one car early in the race with a tyre mark, we think, from another car halfway up its door, so there has been some air. Looking forward to see if we can see that battle, the lead battle from the third place Mercedes, but they're just too far ahead as we start going through the twisty section just after Hansen. What car is up ahead? Is it the bright yellow Porsche that's sitting in second place, having just been passed with Fred Makavici? We think he will still be in second because certainly that was such a positive move from the Audi Sport Team Land Audi with Christopher Mies to take the lead. There it is, and then over the rise, over the jump, luckily not a jump, just behind, and then you have to look some way back for the Mercedes. There it is, first three, final lap covered by what, 5 or 6 seconds?
No more than 5 seconds, I would say, Bruce, and after 4 hours of racing, pretty impressive stuff. And behind that, there's another Audi on a charge, the number 49 WRT car. Behind that is the Bentley, the number 37 car, Jordan Pepper. Probably at the wheel of that one, which is faded a little bit towards the final part of the race, the Bentley, and then behind that the 6th place Phoenix Racing Audi, car number 5, with Mike Rockefeller or Frank Stipler aboard.
Bang! 4 hours are complete, but the racing is far from over. Here we are on the final lap, about a third of the way round. The number 28 Audi has just taken the lead of the race. Christopher Mies on the first corner of the final lap. He didn't quite pull off the move at the second corner, he most certainly did. Then they went off the Grand Prix circuit out onto the full magnificent. Is he going to be able to pull away, or is the 911 Porsche able to close back in? Fred Makavici plays the number 8 Haribo Racing Mercedes trying its best and hang on and trying to catch up. Them is the number 49 Team WRT. But at the back, carried the whole way round this final 24 minutes a lap, and we could have Land Motorsport effectively were nowhere in the first half hour of the race, coming good right here. 15 or 16 kilometres of racing. The 4 hours are up, but the race, as I just said, Paul, far, far from over.
Well, best Audi in VLN 1, yes, was Land Motorsport, and they headed a bit of an Audi. I'll say it was a waterfall. Certainly wasn't a whitewash because the leaders were. It was Porsche from Bentley, but then behind Porsche and Bentley, Audi filled the next 4 places. And who got the best of the Audis with Conor De Filippi and Christopher Mies driving. Marcus Winkelhock was the third driver in this number 28 car in the first round. This time Marcus is not there, it's just Conor De Filippi and Christopher Mies. But what impressed me most of all, Bruce, was the way that Christopher Mies was able to get where he needed to be as that final lap started and just drove past the Porsche. The Porsche had been quick throughout. We didn't really think that Porsche had that much that would be able to be on terms with it. And I just wonder whether Fred Makavici is nursing a little problem, either with a tyre pressure going off or a little bit of damage somewhere, overheating or gearbox sticky.
He certainly didn't make it difficult.
Exactly.
It's gentlemanly, but can't always guarantee best lap, his fastest lap last time round was lapping at good pace, 8 minutes and 8 seconds last time around for Machiavicchi in what had been the race leading Porsche, but Conor De Filippi, Christopher Mies took over from Conor De Filippi, was 2.5 seconds faster. I think that might be the fastest lap of the race so far. 8 minutes 6. Yes, it is. That's
the fastest lap has actually gone to the 49 Audi. 8 minutes 5.581 on his last lap of the race. So demonstration that Audis, as ever, seem to be working well towards the end of the race. They weren't quite as good at the beginning of the race, perhaps, but the Audi then from WRT with possibly Robin Freins setting the fastest lap. In any case, it was that car, the 49 car. 8 minutes 5.581 on the penultimate lap of the race.
Well, you said the conditions are good. They've stayed good as the racing has been very clean, plenty of spectacle, and the amazing in the final lap of the race. Running pretty much is definitely finished. The back marker, and not that back marker, is the number 8 Mercedes. It can be really fighting for so it looks though that the number 37. It was early in every pit stop sequence to come in and make it stops. We thought it might bob up towards the front. What we hadn't really read was the progress of the Land Audi number 28. Conor De Filippi started it, hand over to Christopher Mies, and such an amazingly brave move to take the 2 corners into the final lap. That was on the Grand Prix part of the circuit. Now we're halfway around full body of the Nordschleife, 24.358 kilometres of twists, turns, rises and dips, and the racing has been phenomenal.
Beautiful to be able to watch these onboard shots from the Haribo Mercedes, but incredibly frustrating that we can't see what's happening a couple of 100 yards up the road, because as you've been saying, Bruce, it's only a matter of a slow zone or a slow car or somebody moving offline. You've got to be overtaking and you've got to be right on the limit all the time, right the way through to the end. Otherwise, Christopher Mies is going to get taken by Fred Machiavicchi even in this late stage of the race. They're coming through the carousel, or at least the Haribo Mercedes coming through the carousel, going up towards the Hohe Acht now, and that's about 2/3 of the way around the lap. After the Hohe Acht, they then goes down through the sweeps of the Wippermann, down into Brunchen, and then into the last part of the race. But there are the leaders.
Well, I think you're right about the 911 having the problem. The Mercedes is closing up on it, but where in this little group of cars is our race-leading Land Audi? He's in the dip. Is he looking for a black Audi with a red stripe? He's just behind that GT86. Is he? Well,
He's
we can
not
still
there.
see the. Is he there? Is he ahead? Is he not? That's the trouble with such a long lap. What we can tell you, the 911 is still at the head of the number 8, but we haven't had anything on our screens telling us there's been a problem for the number 28 Land Audi. We have to still bring it to the lead of the race, but certainly, there was one in the background there, but I think that's the WRT Audi coming up finish line to the checkered flag after 4 hours of racing. We can see the 911 coming up. Is that to take the checkered flag as the race winner? Have we lost our number 28 Land Audi? Certainly the 8 Mercedes is coming across the line about 3 seconds later. Well, Leitzes and Machiavicchi are listed as the leaders of the race. Is that 28 in the background? I guess it is. 49 wouldn't have closed in that much. Yes,
it is.
It is.
Only finishing in 3rd place then.
So a real jig around on that final lap. We didn't see about half of it for the lead battle, so I'm afraid we can't tell you how 911 got ahead of 28. 28 just trickling. No, that's number 49 coming in 3rd place, I would presume. He was a little distance further back. So at the end, it was 911 from 8. So having said that, of course, the Haribo Mercedes could not get. Is that 28 coming?
No, that is
slow?
28. That is
so
the
49 had closed right in. We said that was a big charge from Robin Freins. That's probably the fastest lap of the race on that final lap. But 911. 2 starts in the VLN in 2017, 2 victories. Oh, what was the problem with the 28 car? Lights flashing as he comes up, but is he about to be passed before he gets to the finish line by the Bentley? Yes, he is. Oh, dearie me.
Shocking. I just wonder whether that's a fuel problem. They didn't quite put enough fuel. They knew they were under pressure to get the fuel into the car on that final stop. And I just wonder whether WRT, there he is, Christopher Mies, the Land Motorsport car, they didn't get enough fuel in.